Well, hello kids! Welcome back to another Well Hello Wednesday. I'm your host, Wilderness Guide Abbie, and today we're going to be talking about obedience. Now, what obedience means is we listen to what we're told and we do what we're told. And this is for our own good. For example, sports, they have rules, and without the rules, it wouldn't really be safe and it wouldn't really be fun. Like, take soccer for example. Soccer would be a very silly sport if we could just pick up the ball and run with it to the goal. If we did that in the middle of the game, the referee would call us out on it and we'd lose the ball. So that's why we have rules, for it to be safe and fun. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about a guy named David, and if you were here last week, you might remember I was also talking about a story of a guy named David and how he became king, and this is the same David. This story is found in the Bible in a book called 2 Samuel, and talks about how King David is fighting against a group of people called the Philistines. Now, the Philistines came into a valley and they set up camp there, and they're about to attack King David's people. So David asked God, "What should I do?" And God told David that he should go down into the valley and face the Philistines head on. So David did exactly what God told him to do, and he went into the valley, fought the Philistines head on, and he won the battle. God gave him the victory. But soon enough, the Philistines came back to that same valley and they set up camp and they were ready to fight King David's people again. And David once again asked God what he should do. But God this time said, instead of facing them head on, go around from the back and attack them from behind. So David again obeyed God. He did as God had instructed him and he won the battle again. And David continued to follow what God had told him. He trusted and obeyed God, and he was rewarded for it. He won many battles, he had many children, and he had a good life, despite going through some hardships. And God rewards us too. We still will go through hard times, there's up and downs in our lives, but God will help us through it. I mean, King David was facing off against a very powerful people, and if that's not a hard time, I don't know what is. So we can also do what God says is right, and we can obey him, and he'll reward us for it. Whereas if we don't obey him, well, we can get into a bit of trouble. Now, you might be wondering, hey, how can I do what God says is right? Well, my friends, let me tell you, it's very easy. In fact, God actually gave us some commandments or some rules that we can follow, like you'd follow rules in a soccer game. And he gives us 10 rules that we can follow, and they're called the 10 Commandments. So what we can do is we can follow these 10 Commandments. Put God first, worship only God, use his name with respect, remember his day of rest, obey your parents, and I know this can be hard for some of us, but if we want to obey God, we got to obey our parents too. Don't hurt other people, be faithful in marriage, don't steal, don't lie, and don't wish for other people's stuff. And that's how we can do what God says is right. Now, I'm going to pray over you guys for this week, so let's talk to God by folding our hands and closing our eyes. Dear God, thank you for today. Thank you that we are able to trust and obey you, Lord, even when times are hard. And I pray that you forgive us when we don't obey you, and that you would help us so that we can follow you better than we could on our own. In your name, amen. Now, for our activity for today, we are going to go and explore the wild world of the church. This is kind of where I'm filming here. And we're going to be hunting for a creature, the mythical, the magical O. Now, an O comes in many different shapes and sizes, but it always looks like a circle. So come on, let's go and explore and see if we can find some of these things. Look what we got here. See this nice circular thing? Now this obeys us. When we turn these things on, they give out light. That's how we can obey. Come on, let's go. Oh yes. The kitchen, a very, very nice place for O's. They can hide anywhere. Come very closely and look. Look at all of that. Look, they could be hiding anywhere. Come on, come on. Look at this. You can see them hiding right here. See this circle right here? Now these guys obey. When we put them on the ground, they stay up. Watch this. Obedience. Come on, let's keep going. I don't know if you guys know the song Going on a Lion Hunt, but we're going on an O hunt instead. So repeat after me. Going on an O hunt. Gonna catch a big one. I don't know if anyone remembers that song from camp. Look at this. See this big circular O around this clock? Now this thing obeys us by telling us what time it is all the time. Obedience. Come on. Right here, right here. Look at this. See this small little O right here surrounded by this big O? Now this obeys us. When we put a key in here and we turn it, it unlocks. Obedience. I know it's a little spooky here in the dark, but don't worry, God's with us and we'll be okay. Look at these right here. Look at all these little O's. All 10 of these right here, these little O's here. Now these obey us. When we put them in the wall, they stay in the wall, just like that. See that? Can't move it. Obedience. Come on. Look right here, look here. See this O right here? Right there. Now this obeys us. It tells us what's going on here. And if I can read, because I went to school, this says Jillian Melanson, who's my boss. And if she catches me in here, I might be in trouble. Obedience. I think that concludes our O hunt. Let's go back to the main base. O hunts are so cool. Look at this. It's a little O right around this here. You can kind of see it. Now this obeys us. It keeps our coats on there so they can't fall. Obedience. Man, what an adventure. Oh, man. Man, going on O hunts is a lot of fun and a lot of work. But man, there are O's everywhere in the world. I'm willing to bet there's some O's right where you are. Can you find more O's than I found on my hunt? I'd like to see it. Comment how many O's you found and what you found. Now, that's all for me for this week, but if you guys want to see me on Sunday, I'll be around for a nice little story and a chat. And also next Wednesday as well, I'll be here to do a little fun activity with you guys as well. So I hope you had a lot of fun here. I hope you have good luck on your hunt, but I'll see you guys soon. Farewell!